evening, everyone, and welcome here for Bristol for round 14 of the championship season. Last week, Vince Freeze with a last lap pass, and the only lap led of the entire night being the final lap. Vince Freeze took the win away. Dejon Weeks was running out of gas at the end of the last corner, and, well, Eric DeMax dominated the race, but it ended up being an upset. Martin Motorsports going back to victory lane. And, well, Vince Freeze jumped to 16th in points, all the way up from 22nd in points after that finishing result. Entering this race at Bristol, it's another wild card. Talladega, we thought could have been a wild card, but very tame atmosphere race. We haven't been at Bristol since about season 10, so it's been a while. And just to give you a reminder, we're on the 25th or 26th season. And I think it's the 26th season of the Sony Cup Series. It's a lot of seasons. It's been over 15 seasons since last time we've been to Bristol. Every time we've been here, there's been carnage. A lot of wrecks have happened. This is like a demolition derby almost for stock car racing. And these Sony Cup Series drivers, none of them, like a lot of them, haven't ever raced here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So this is going to be very hectic, very close quarter racing. You know, it's almost like, you know, Martinsville, Richmond, we've raced at North Wilkesboro. All those are short tracks, but this in itself, high banks at Bristol, these bankings, the banking is almost like Talladega. You use high banks in the corners. You get around this track about 15 seconds a lap, and, well, anything can happen. One mess up, one wrong move, you're sliding sideways in the wall, catching 10 other race cars with you, and it's going to be a survival race. We didn't see the big one at Talladega. It's very likely we see a big one here, and there's just nowhere to hide here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And, well, Dejon Weeks was the fastest in practice. However, practice is not a whole lot to go off of, but when it comes to qualifying, Alex Bignacco, CM Racing, they all qualified very well. Bignacco, Griffin, DeMax, all of them in the top 7. Weeks was fastest in practice. He starts 6th. Marchese's in 5th. His teammate right there starting alongside Bignacco, and that's Dylan Schwellenberg in 2nd position. The championship leader, Jake Bassinger, will start from 16th position as the field goes to roll off for their one and only pace lap. Making his Sony Cup Series debut today is Dane Stinson. Stinson is a widely known up-and-coming star in all of the tours of racing across the United States. However, Stinson making his debut in the FBRL this season and qualified super well here at Bristol. We're going to get ready to go racing. Bignacco takes us to green. So far, everyone gets through turns 1 and 2 very nicely. Zayden Davidson down the inside trying to make this pass on Dylan Schwellenberg. Leading lap 1 is Alex Bignacco. So far, everyone minding their P's and Q's. You know, 3 wide is just not... Oh, contact! Alex, that's Ace Wild. Daniel Bouchard, multiple cars spinning on the back straightaway. Will Goss, Stephen Pollard III. That's Ace Wild I seen go sideways first. And we were just talking about how they looked like they were minding their own, but somebody got spun head onto the wall. I think that was Ace Wild. We're just talking about it. 3 wide just is not going to work. Completing lap 1, Ace Wild in car 4 gets right reared by Stephen Pollard III, who wasn't going to back out of a 3 wide. Probably should have. Charles Sanford was up there as well. He got collected, slamming the outside barrier. Defending champion Jesse Turner qualified in the back, and he missed this exit. Stephen Pollard III should have backed out of that one. He had no reason to keep his nose in there. He wasn't even really alongside. And racing back to the caution flag. Jesse Turner, along with Logan Cloud and a few others, made it through fine. Well, as we come back to the restart, looks like Will Goss, Stephen Pollard III, Ace Wild are going to be out of the race. Mitchell Collins trying to return to the race. But it is Alex Bignacco that is in the lead over Zayden Davidson. A good jump by Bignacco. Alex Bignacco announced earlier this season that he will be not returning to the Sony Cup Series. You know, he's got a young career ahead of him, and this could be a sabbatical year for Alex Bianco. Don't know if he'll ever return or if he may reverse his decision to come back for 2023. However, it's very unlikely. He did make a statement about a month or two ago that his plans for 2023 is to go off and do something else. And, well, in 2022, he's having a breakout season in his final season, for right now at least. Zayden Davidson is in second position. Looks like that might be Dunn LaPrade. Yes, it is in car 40. That's the second Texan Motorsports entry for this weekend. And LaPrade missed that accident down there off of turn 2 and lap 2, but he's having to make an unscheduled pit stop. Sanford got all that damage on lap 2 of the race. He's trying to charge his way through, passing Matthew Rodriguez, and that is to get into 29th. A lot of drivers that are good contenders for this race this afternoon. Matthew Rodriguez, Jesse Turner, Charlie Smith, all good on the short tracks. And, well, they got a long ways to go. It's going to be hard to make passes here at Bristol because, well, if you try and make a pass and it's very tight, you can push up into somebody, cause an accident, and take yourself out along with your competition. And you see how they're racing against each other. Cody Lamas, Samuel England, Chris Dodd. And then there's Kev Shear, last year's Hardee's National Series champion. S3 Motorsports qualified their way into the field. And remember, we'll be talking about it all season, but the part-time entries for this season are competing with each other in the owner points to try and be the highest running car in owner points that is part-time. Nearly hit the barrier there. And if they do that, they will earn a charter for the 2023 season. Oh, and Shear very close to the outside wall. Lamas trying to find a way around Shear, stuck behind him. Chris Dodd moving his way past with Peter Onjak. England up the road now in the top 20. Baker, Shrigley, Hart. Bassinger, the championship leader. Oh, Richard Johnson giving Nick Mace the bumper. Mace inside the top 15, not anymore. Had a great qualifying effort for car 20. Mace is running out of past champions provisionals ever so slightly. It's a shame to see Nick Mace in his final season not running the best. Jeff James in car 18, hunting a top 10 position. Sean Harple's in 11th. Ryan Acosta's in 12th. Richard Johnson's on the move, moving his way past of all the drivers. In 10th place, Ryan Griffin. 9th is fastest man in practice, Dejon Weeks. James Shelley. And how about Dane Stinson? Dane's really took to this track well. You know, he does a lot of short track racing across the United States. That's what he's come up doing. And Monster Energy Racing has tapped this young driver to come and race in the Truck Series and some races in the Sony Cup Series. And silly season has kind of calmed down a little bit, but I expect with a 2-week break after Bristol, we'll start seeing some announcements for 2023 rides. But Dane, for his debut in the Sony Cup Series, to be running in 7th position is a strong outing for him. Richard Johnson, his teammate, continuing to move his way through the order, passing everybody on the inside. Jake Bassinger following Richard Johnson. That's up to 12th and 13th. Dane following a 2-time champion in DJ Curtis. Curtis is in 6th position. Eric DeMax in 5th. Marchese has moved his way up to 4th. And then a race for 2nd position. Oh, Schwellenberg nudging the back end of Zayden Davidson. Davidson holding on. Right now, it's a clean opening start after a messy lap 2. Gonna get a green flag run in. Alex Bianco will be closing in on lap traffic soon. Dane Stinson, the outstanding rookie on debut, being held up by Mitchell Collins. And I think Stinson's just wanting to have a clean race today, and he's not trying to push the issue. He's wanting to get by Mitchell Collins, but he's not wanting to make a mistake, and he's lifting out of the gas, letting Dejon Weeks get by him. Alex Bianco has caught the tail end of the lead pack. Zayden Davidson, Dylan Schwellenberg. Oh, contact! Bianco spins Bouchard. Bouchard back up the track. Marchese, DeMax, DJ Curtis is in there. Dejon Weeks, Dane Stinson, Ryan Griffin, Sean Harple's in there as well. Nick Mace gets contact with Ryan Acosta. Richard Johnson, I think, might have got contact. Anthony Marchese plows into Daniel Bouchard. Bouchard was the first lap car that Alex Bignacco ran up on, and Bignacco hooks Daniel Bouchard, causing a big accident. Here's what happened. Bignacco trying to make a pass. Bouchard and Shear last on the lead lap, racing with each other, and, well, Bignacco tried to make a really ambitious move. There's Marchese to Max. DJ Curtis enters this race high in the championship standings. Dane Stinson, Ryan Griffin. There's the championship leader, Jake Bassinger. Bassinger has a ton of damage. We've seen there's Dejon Weeks. Weeks has a ton of front end damage. Sean Harple, also high in the point standings, has contact. Ryan Griffin's miserable season continues as well. It looks like he's going to fall out of the race. Fourth in points, Dylan Schwellenberg misses the accident. Anthony Marchese, his teammate, was not so lucky. Eric DeMax could have won Talladega. He gets caught up in this one. DJ Curtis is in this right here. Top three in the point standings, all involved in this accident. Dane Stinson going to the outside. Looked like he was going to miss the accident. Just clips Anthony Marchese. Richard Johnson coming up on the scene. He's fifth in points in the championship leader, getting heavy front-end damage. That's going to mess up the radiator on that 97 Ford, and Bassinger's going to fall out of the race. Richard may be able to continue. Dejon Weeks look like he's going to be able to continue as well, and same with DJ Curtis. Curtis actually doesn't look like he's got that much of damage. Getting a focus on DJ Curtis. He came up on the accident, just got sideswiped by Marchese. How lucky is Curtis? Curtis got sideswiped by Marchese, did a 360, and keeps it going with little to no damage. And second in the points, DJ Curtis looks as though he's going to make up a ton of ground today. He only comes in 21 points behind Jake Bassinger. And if Bassinger falls out and Curtis finishes the race in a good spot, he could leave as the championship leader. Well, coming back to the restart, Bignacco in car 8. Wow. I mean, he really pushed the issue there to try and get around the lap cars, and you can't be doing that. He got away with it. Very lucky he didn't wreck himself. Cole Baker's a lap down. Joseph Shrigley's a lap down, likely because of damage repair. Zayton Davidson in the 91's in second position. I don't think Shrigley and Baker had any damage, but they're a lap down nonetheless. They must have came down, did green flag pit stops, and got caught a lap down. Didn't get out fast enough. I think that's exactly what happened for car 99 and 86, because they were on the lead lap and they didn't have any damage. As things run right now with DJ Curtis, and Shrigley's coming down pit road. A miss with the 86 car of Joseph Shrigley, an unscheduled pit stop for Shrigley. Maybe a flat tire for car 86. But Curtis, right now, would be earning 39 points. And Jake Bassinger is all the way down to 33rd, only gaining 10 points. It's a total net gain of 29 points on the racetrack. Right now, Curtis would lead this race with an 8-point lead in the championship. And nobody has led the point standings other than Jake Bassinger. Bassinger won the Daytona 500 and has held on to the championship lead ever since. And, well, could possibly be seen a new title leader after this race. Samuel England in car 82, holding off Curtis. Mitchell Collins is trying all his best right now to stay out there, get as much points. England, though, doesn't have a ride for next season, and everybody believes that he'll be back at Red Bull Racing. However, contract has not been made. This has actually not been as good of a season as last season for England. His rookie campaign was a lot better, and a lot of people are believing that that's why the contract has been held a lot longer for England. Usually England is way better in the second half of the season, so would expect England to try and get a lot better as the summer progresses. Matthew Rodriguez has moved his way up to 6th position. Another driver who's also been on the move, Dylan Young, along with Jesse Turner. Turner's on the back bumper of Ryan Acosta. Acosta's another one of those drivers, same with Dylan Young and Dom Capps as well, that are all in this top 10 that don't have a ride for next season. Nothing to confirm. And we mentioned it a little earlier. Silly season has been very tame. You know, usually we would have a lot of people signing by now, but everybody's holding their cards close to their chest. And possibly through the summer months of July and August, we'll start seeing where everyone's going to be moving to in terms of seats for the 2023 ride. Ryan Acosta and Mace Enterprises have not had a very good season. Car 24 is usually a very historic ride for Mace Enterprises, usually scores a lot of wins. Sanford was the last driver that won with Mace Enterprises in the 24 car back in 2019. And Acosta's looking to get back to victory lane. What a day right now, not even halfway in this race. And what a day we're seeing for these underdog drivers. Logan Cloud in 16th position had a phenomenal drive at California. Didn't really expect that kind of run at California all the way back then, but he finished 11th. Nearly got a top 10 result in only his third, or actually his fourth race in the Sony Cup Series. He's to the inside of Vince Freeze. Hello, Logan Cloud. He is up into top 15 for Great Lakes Motorsports. Nick Breeding for Northwater Motorsports, car 33. Affiliate teammate to the Rodriguez Racing Camp, bringing John Art with him. And Breeding, he is up into the 16th position. Samuel England and DJ Curtis have caught third place. Zayden Davidson getting passed by Samuel England. And this is a run that Red Bull Racing and Samuel England, they want to see this out of their race team. Red Bull Racing have put so much effort into getting better and being a race-winning team and trying to fight for championships and race wins. And they just have not had the run of results as they would like. Where did he come from? Matthew Rodriguez. Where did Matthew Rodriguez come from? Oh my goodness. And Dylan Young. Where did Young and Rodriguez come from? England slides, allows DJ Curtis and Dylan Young to get to the inside. Dylan Young desperately needs this, and there goes the 0-3. Kev Shear spins, and caution flag is out. Little to no damage on the 0-3 of Kev Shear as he keeps it going. Oh man, caution flag is out. Wow. But Matthew Rodriguez and Dylan Young came from nowhere on that green flag run to challenge into the top three. Leaders are on pit road. Dylan Schwallenberg not going to have a chance to beat Alex Bianco out. He had such a lead coming into the pits. And race leader Alex Bianco has led since the drop of the green flag. Dylan Schwallenberg with his teammate Matthew Rodriguez, the top three, followed by DJ Curtis. Well, this is going to be very interesting. Peter Onjak is on the top, and he is a lap down. So Peter Onjak will be up top. I'm not sure why he's not getting out of the way. I'm sure the Rodriguez Racing team is pleading to the FBRL to do something to get the 66 out of the way. Schwallenberg, Rodriguez, Curtis, and Young, the top five, followed by England, Davidson, Turner, Dodd, and Caps, the top 10. As we come back to the restart, Benyako has led every lap at a 90 so far. He leads them down for the restart. Oh, contact! Alex Benyako has spun! DJ Curtis and Rodriguez collected in this. The race leader spins in turn one. And I can't remember what happened. It happened so fast. But it looked like Alex Benyako tried to cut down in front of Joseph Shrigley, the lap car. And the race leader spins and is out of this one. He may be able to get that car repaired, but he just stopped and go for some reason. But Benyako, the team was telling him to get back out there. He goes a lap down. Benyako going to be trying to beat the pace car to the line. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Benyako made a mistake even leaving pit road. Coming down pit road, he may have beat it. He's getting the go-ahead, I think. Nope, the FBRL is telling Benyako he did not beat the pace car to the line. And another mistake, Benyako was in the race lead, cut down in front of Joseph Shrigley, it looked like. I don't think Shrigley made contact with him. Here's a replay. The race leader, he even had a lap car between him and second. Did he need to come to pit road? I don't know if he was trying to come to pit road or what, but that was a hard left that he made across the bumper of Shrigley. Definitely not Shrigley's fault. And then Benyako comes down pit road, just made a mistake, made an error. He should have drove through pit road, did not need to stop here. And it allowed the pace car to actually get a gap to him. Going to get a helicopter view. And Alex Benyako, who had led the first 90 of 150 laps, yeah, a hard left. He was definitely looking like he was going to try and make a move to the pit road. But why would you do it there? Benyako takes himself, not only himself, but Matthew Rodriguez, DJ Curtis, and Curtis actually gets sideswiped by Jeffrey White, who blows an engine and is going to go out of the race. Dodd, Young, Davidson, Acosta, Silver Fox all make great moves to get to the inside and avoid contact. Matthew Rodriguez, he had moved up to 6th in points entering this race and was in prime position to be right there on the back bumper of Jake Bassinger in this championship fight. And now he also falls out of the race. There was an instant further ahead. Nick Mace gets into Mitchell Collins. Collins spins. And well, Collins is going to keep on going, but it looked like somebody else had made contact. Caps grazed the wall, racing back to the start-finish line. But Matthew Rodriguez entered this race 52 points back. That's a whole race win behind Jake Bassinger in the championship standings. He's still going to make up points on Jake Bassinger. But still, a lost opportunity for Rodriguez to capitalize on today's race. And DJ Curtis is blowing up. I thought he made it through okay. DJ Curtis, sorry for getting so many replays of this, but it looked like DJ Curtis got through that hit with Jeffrey White. I didn't think it blew his engine, but it did. Jeffrey White is going to fall out of the race. DJ Curtis is going to fall out of the race. Was not paying any attention to when DJ Curtis left the scene of the accident. But DJ Curtis, second in the point standings, looked like he could possibly take the championship lead. Not gonna happen. And Curtis will leave this race disappointed and thinking what if and what could have been if he had not got taken out here. Richard Johnson enters this race 5th in points, a whole race behind Bassinger, and he has a flat tire. He was a lap down, so it's not gonna hurt him as much, but he's going to have to give up some track position because he was going to be on the inside of the race leader of Dylan Schwellenberg trying to get his lap back. Wow. An interesting caution period that definitely changed the outcome of this race. Alex Benyako, who had led the first 90 laps, a long caution period, nearly 6 laps. And Schwellenberg gets the jump on Peter Onjak. Samuel England, John Arndt, Jesse Tunner, Charles Sanford, Nick Breeding. That's the top 6. Breeding and North Florida Motorsports. What a run they're having. Jacob Hart in the 61's a lap down. Kev Shears a lap down. Cody Lamas isn't though. Lamas beating and banging up Breeding and Mace. Up front, John Arndt is in 5th. England 4th. Charles Sanford. Charles Sanford in that machine. He crashed. He was the first car that wrecked on lap 2. And he's ahead of his teammate. Caution flag is out again. And it looks like Joseph Shrigley has been spun out again. Here's a replay of what happened to Joseph Shrigley. Ryan Acosta got into him, left reared him. Oh, and that was a heavy impact too. And that's going to put the 86 of Joseph Shrigley out of the race. And that Horizon Group team and Joseph Shrigley, you know, they fell outside the top 10 of the point standings after a bad race at Talladega. And, well, this is not going to help their chances at all. They came in 2 races behind Bassinger. Still going to gain points, but a lost opportunity as well for that. You hear us keep talking about, you know, lost opportunity. And that's all this is for this race, it seems. Because we're talking about a guy in Jake Bassinger who is rock solid. He has been rock solid for 13 races, and by round 14 of the championship in a 26-race season, Bassinger is out of the race, his first DNF of the year. And while all of his title contenders and championship rivals are having some sort of issues, Dylan Schwellenberg, however, he enters this race 43 points behind, so there's no way he can make up that ground. There's 50 points for the win, but Bassinger is going to gain 10 points for finishing 33rd and out of the race. So, the best thing for Dylan Schwellenberg is to seal the deal. Hold this win down, keep everyone behind you, don't wreck out, cross the finish line P1, and grab your second win of the season. And you'll be 3 points behind Bassinger for the championship lead. But how about Nick Breeding at the 33? He is right there racing with Cody Lamas. Affiliate teammate in Dylan Schwellenberg is up there leading today's race. Matt Rodriguez and Anthony Marchese were so quick earlier, so it doesn't really surprise me that the 33 of Nick Breeding is quick, and Breeding just passed Cody Lamas for 5th position. England has dropped with John Arndt down to 9th and 10th. Outside of the top 10, here's the rest of the cars on the lead lap as we close in with 30 to go. Ron Acosta in 11th, Jeff James in 12th, Dom Capps 13th, Logan Cloud got passed by Vince Freeze, that's 14th and 15th, and caution flag is out. And it might be a problem with Mitchell Collins. Okay, so it was a debris yellow that caused that caution. Could not find a reason for why the yellow flag came out. So the FBRL threw a debris yellow, and Peter Onjak's engine lets go. Onjak was running in 16th. The first car 1 lap down. That's going to move that up to Charlie Smith. Oh, and Tunner and Sanford got around Mitchell Collins. Top 3 cleared the lap traffic. Tunner going to try and set out on Dylan Schwellenberg. Big points day for S3 Motorsports and Kev Shear. S3 Motorsports are trying to be in the fight for the charter, even though there's no word really about if S3 Motorsports will be filling a full-time entry for the Sony Cup Series. Jacob Hart is a lap down. He'll be racing with Baker, but Silver Fox opens the door for Nick Breeding. Breeding in the 33, looking for his career best finish in the Sony Cup Series. The 33, this 33 team has gotten better and better every season. North Border Motorsports, since coming in the series in 2020, has been better and better every single season. Breeding in the 33 has never had a top 10 finish in the Sony Cup Series. And, well, he's on pace to do it. Logan Cloud is in the top 10. Racing with Lamas. Here comes Capps for 9th. The Season 6 champion barreling his way through the pack. Vince Freeze won last time out. Man, Samuel England nearly got spun by Mitchell Collins. Martin Motorsports turning a corner. Won last week with Vince Freeze. Dom Capps and Vince Freeze fighting to get a top 10 result. Capps and Young making up the rest of the top 10 with Lamas 8th. 7th goes to Davidson. 6th is Arndt. What a great run right now by Arndt. Silver Fox Breeding. And then up there at the top 3. Charles Sanford, Jesse Tunner just don't have an answer for Dylan Schwellenberg. With less than 15 laps to go, Dylan Schwellenberg is so much better than Jesse Tunner and Charles Sanford. Breeding trying to hold on to a top 5. He's in 4th position, but he's going to lose 4th. Silver Fox. Silver Fox has not had a good finish in a while, it seems. He's been running in the top 10 for a lot of the races this season. However, it just hasn't been the results that team would have really liked in the last couple of races. John Arndt got by Nick Breeding as well. Breeding has fell out of the top 5. John Arndt looking to put Alan Finley Racing Team their first top 5 of the season. Arndt's really good on the short tracks. It's not a surprise to see Arndt running this well. 5 laps to go. Bristol has actually been a very chaotic race. The top 5 in the championship standings have all had problems except for Dylan Schwellenberg. Schwallenberg in the 10 has kept it on the racetrack. That car is very clean. Not a scratch on that 10 car. Rodriguez Racing have been very close to a championship. Matthew Rodriguez in 2020 could have won that championship had he not wrecked in the season finale. Dylan Schwallenberg, runner-up in the title last season to an ultimately dominant Jesse Turner. Schwallenberg only had one DNF the entire year in 2021. He has had a very good season, has Dylan Schwallenberg. 10 top 10s and 13 starts. The white flag flies for Dylan Schwallenberg. He's going to get his 11th top 10 of the season and his his 9th top 10 of the season, and his second win of the season. Dylan Schwallenberg streaks the flag, and Dylan Schwallenberg wins at Bristol. Jesse Turner runner-up with Charles Sanford on the podium. 4th place, a big dash with Silver Fox getting it over John Art. They're wrecking each other after the race. Art holds on for 5th place. Zayden Davidson in 7th and Cody Lamas in 8th. Dom Capps gets 9th and 10th goes to Dylan Young. Dylan Schwallenberg in the 10 is victorious today. Congratulations to Dylan Schwallenberg. What a season he has put up together. You know, he could very well be a title contender that ends up fighting for this title. He is now 3 points behind Jake Bassinger to take the title away. We'll have a 2-week grace period where we have an off week, 2 off weeks. And now the championship fight is as close as it has ever been all season. You know, since Jake Bassinger won the Daytona 500 over Dom Capps, you know, it has not been less than 5 points for the championship lead. And now it is down to 3 points. Dylan Schwallenberg, who has not had the most consistent run in his form for this season, he has been able to put together a lot of very good runs when he does finish up at the front. 2nd win of the season, he won at Charlotte, now a win at Bristol. In a race where a lot of his rivals for the championship crashed out, this is going to be where Dylan Schwallenberg kickstarts his run to try and fight for the 2022 championship. No Hardy's National Series champion has ever won the Sony Cup crown, and Schwallenberg will be looking to do that this season. Well, Schwallenberg, Turner, and Sanford, that's your podium today, and we'll see you next time in 2 weeks. Actually, we'll have 2 weeks off, so we'll be off for a while, but we'll be back, and it'll be very soon. And we'll see you at Chicagoland for the next round, for round 15. 12 races to go in the 2022 season. Here's your points and the finishing results from today's race.